Wire Sponge is our victim du jour today. His level is the Weather Control stage, surnamed because it has the most bizarre weather outside of Florida, and as you can see it has an X-Hunter in it. So I guess I'll start by saying a couple things about that. For each X-Hunter you beat, you get back 1 0 part out of 3. If you beat a level that has an X-Hunter in it without getting the 0 part, i.e. without beating the X-Hunter, there's an easy heart tank by the way, then that X-Hunter permanently disappears. You cannot get all 3 0 parts. You therefore get the bad ending and have to fight an extra boss later. But it's a really fun boss, and I'll have an extra video for that. You can change the weather in this level by hitting those weather orbs. Obviously they're weather orbs. With a certain power. I don't have any of those powers right now, so I'll have to come back and demonstrate that later. This level has some of the easiest items to get, such as that one, little sub-tank, and also has an easy X-Hunter door to find. That's what all these doors are for, and you cannot enter them unless there's an X-Hunter behind it. The X-Hunter we are fighting today is named Violen, and he is one big piece of tin. And he's gonna crush us like a tin can, that's nice. Violen is basically a 20s gangster with his little Tommy gun there. Plus he has one other attack that's kind of mean. But for now it's just an easy little get between the bullets, Danmaku style, and fire away or miss and let him jump over you. This little spiked ball is really the worst part because it's semi-random. You don't see the randomness right now, but when we fight him again later you will. You can't shoot through it. So that kind of makes this fight a little bit of a pain in the butt. Other than that though, it's really pretty simple. So one more hit should do it. And I don't know what he's doing there. Breathing hard, I guess. What? Next thing you know, the game's gonna start talking about prophecies or something silly like that. And we get 0 Part 2, which as you can see, is the torso complete with boob lights. That's nice. You don't really get anything, any sort of upgrade or anything from it, it's just there. A lot of people tend to start with this level, because it is such an easy level, has an easy heart tank to get. I think you need the air dash to get the sub-tank, but I might be wrong. Boss is pretty easy, but yeah, I like Wheelgator. Plus, it's entertaining to beat Wire Sponge with the Sonic Slicer, which is his weakness. Those little seed things they drop can become painful just depending on the weather. Sometimes they sprout into thorns or sprout into one of those. Not really sure what that is, but it's there. And just speeding through this level, not a whole lot to say about it. But we should be at the boss here in just a second. See, Spin Wheel just makes those guys go to pieces. It's kind of a shame. I really like the Sonic Slicer color scheme, by the way. It's really clashy in a really good way. So here's Wire Sponge. His main gimmick is throwing his wire, or his strike chain. You can't normally shoot through his little lasso spinning around thing, but the Sonic Slicer cuts right through it. You can also shoot out seeds and stuff that are really annoying, but really, the Sonic Slicer just totally gimps this fight. You can be hit by this lightning, but it's really hard to do. Easier to get hit by it in the Game Boy version. And with that...
Fatality.
Man, that's gruesome. That's really gruesome. And to be honest, I don't really want this guy's weapon. It's kind of useless. It really only helps against one boss and getting one power-up, and that's it. But hey, we get it anyway. It's the strike chain. The power-up version is a bigger strike chain, creatively enough. And that's that.